In the last video, the machine, the welder, wasn't just working. I welded on the top for a bit, perfect. It was working just great. The underneath the car, after I had cleaned off the coating and all the other crap that was underneath there, I wasn't getting any flame outs. And then I come back up to the top side and put some more welds in, and I just blew holy hells. Holes all over the place. It was terrible. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I just was getting frustrated. I'm the only one that uses this welder. This is the only project I'm working with the welder on. It should have been great. It should have been just plug and play, turn it on. Couldn't figure it out. I tried various lengths of stick out, holding the tip at various angles. I even tried pushing instead of dragging, and nothing I did seemed to work. Varied the speed of my movements, time on flame, and all kinds of things that should have been working, wasn't working, and I was just getting frustrated. So took a break, did other things, came back, and what I noticed is on this particular welder, it doesn't have a really great place to hold it from the side, so I was holding it from the front and back to lift it around, because it is portable. Put it up here so I could reach it on the top side, put it underneath the car to reach it from the bottom side. But as you notice, there's no detents on the knobs, and I obviously must have hit it with my glove, changed the tiles, and it's now no longer set right. So what I am going to do then, that's something I should have done, recheck the chart. So I have a little bit of scrap, and then this gauge here, double check, it should be 18 gauge, and it is. You can't see the numbers, but they're there. So 18 gauge, where I should be at. 030 wire, so that should be a setting 3.5 and B.5-ish. 3.5-ish and B.5-ish. And we'll start from there. Lesson learned for stuff that I just can't seem to remember these lessons myself, but before you go start, just make sure you didn't bump stuff. It'll save you a lot of headache and a lot of time trying to figure stuff out that is a simple fix. So I'm going to set up a test piece. I'm going to clamp a test piece to the frame so I can make sure that I'm dialed in before I go, and then I'll get back to it, putting on some actual welds, and hopefully that fixes the problem. Let's see. Okay. I made a couple of passes at the recommended setting, blew some holes, dialed it down a bit. I got some pretty good welds as I got down here. Not that I'm trying to be a welding channel or nothing, but there we go. So I got some pretty good weld going on there onto my test piece. So I'm just gonna record it so I know what I'm doing. Let's see. So I'm just about 3 3/4 and just under B, so not quite at B. This is the power knob, the wire feed knob. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a welding channel. I'm just recording this for my benefit, so the next time I do this I can rewatch some old film roll and figure out what the hell I was doing. Maybe start off a little bit easier than trying to figure everything out from scratch. Good. So I got a light on the top side of the car, and I don't see any pinholes. So I grinded it down pretty good. I had to patch it several times to get it good, but it's a nice solid weld all the way through. It's not the prettiest. I'm not going to grind it too much because I'm going to cover this up with the underbody coating, so you'll never see this anyway. So I think this is going to be good enough for now. There's no holes in it because I don't see any pinholes of light from the other side, so we're good there. I'm going to just clean this up with a little bit of alcohol and get rid of this, you know, the welding residue and grinding residue, and then I'm going to put a light coat of paint on there just to kind of protect the bare metal, and we're going to call this good. But I got to do all the way around, but this is step one. There you go. A couple of runs there, but like I said, this isn't the final that you'll see of it, so I'll clean that up when I put the body sealer underneath it. But yeah, there you go. This section all done, good enough, and then I just got to repeat that 3 more times on the 3 other sections and all the way down the tunnel, and that's good enough for today though. Okay, let's see if I can get good light on it. Okay, so there's these flanges on the frame bit. I'm going to pound a little bit closer to the new floor pan, and I'm just going to weld it around this side. I may even just cut this off with the grinder because this tab is all kind of shit. So I'll figure it out. Maybe just cut it off and just weld a bead through here. And that'll probably be good enough. This is pretty good from the front side. So we'll just do that. I'll just cut it off, and then the same thing on the driver's side. We'll just cut that tab off too, and I'll weld it solid, and that'll be good. There we go. So yep. Hey, how about that? Yep, pounded it up nice and flat to the bottom there. Fill in that gap. I think I'm going to run down this seam too, because I beat the heck out of it trying to get this dent out. I got it pretty good, but I'm just worried that I might have stressed this out a little bit, so I'm just going to put a bead down each side to kind of take care of that. Alright. There we go. As you hold, give it a good thump. That not going anywhere. That's how that works. And I did cut in a previous video how I said I slid side pieces in sideways, and they stuck out on the bottom side. So I'm just gonna trim off the excess, and then I can weld this side, and then that's an easy patch. So I don't have to try to cut a very thin sliver of metal. I just put a piece in sideways, let it stick out this side, then cut it off, and then weld the bottom side, and she'll be good to go on this side. I'll just keep going. Alright. Oop, my light's on the other side. Okay. So I'm just using a regular can of just regular spray paint to just kind of spray as I go. Once I grind down the welds a little bit, they're still there, you can still see them, but I'm gonna undercoat this whole thing anyway, so you won't see it once I put the texture on. So we'll just spray as I go, and we'll just go all the way around and finish this side, and then do the other side and keep going. Alright, don't forget to get the inside here. I'm going to go ahead and do the parts that I've already cleaned up a bit, and continue going around, spraying as I go so I don't have to keep rusting free. Here we go. That's it. Get some good light. There we go. New coat of paint. Right where there it is. That's just to keep it from rusting of all the bare metal. I'm gonna clean up the rest of the bit up there and finish welding all the way around and clean up those, and then meet up back here again. A little note about the bonus material at the end of the material here. I wish it could be all Mustang all the time, but the reality of life is that I have other projects to do, and I would like to share a little bit about what goes on when I'm not doing Mustang parts, so that if you ever think, wow, this guy's been working on this part for frickin' ever, well, it's because I haven't been working on that part forever. It's I had other things to do, and getting my wife's terrain up and running again is a little bit on the priority side, so that she has her car to drive, and I have my car back to myself. That's how that goes, and we'll put that on the back burner every once in a while to finish more Mustang stuff. But every once in a while, it has to come back to the front to make a little progress where I can make progress. And as long as it's October now and it's going to be winter soon, I got to make as much progress on things as I can, so that when it comes time to being way too cold in the shop, I have as much stuff as done as I can. So that's how that goes. If you want to skip it, that's fine. Just know that sometimes it'll be Mustang stuff, sometimes it won't be. It's kind of like a gamble. I laid out all the parts on the cleaned up pieces of metal that I got from my washing machine, traced them out all in the paper templates, and cut them out with just a simple shears, a hand scissors type thing. If you have like a bandsaw or something that can cut this metal a lot easier, it would have gone a lot faster, but I didn't have that, so I went the rough way, and it worked out just fine. Okay, I got some pieces cut out for the air cleaner. I got a rubber mat that I put on the cement floor and a body hammer to kind of mostly straighten them out, because after I cut them out with the shears, they kind of all bent up. But I didn't get them perfect. Don't need to right at the moment, because I'm going to weld them, and then I'll finish the final shaping after it's all together. I use my laser cutter to make this jig, and I'm going to set the pieces on there and cut it or weld it. I got this a little alignment mark here. I'm not going to cut that out, but it's for alignment, because this isn't perfectly symmetrical. It's kind of a not perfectly symmetrical pie shape, but there's a reason for that, and I'll put it together and we'll see how that comes out. Well, she's coming together. Still a little hot. Well, I put the under ring on too soon, so I gotta take that back off. Oops. But yeah, just going around little by little, kind of working it into shape, because I don't have a way to bend the actual cone shape. I kind of pounded it around a PVC pipe and got it to that shape that I needed, sort of. I had a trouble with the top. I couldn't get it to line up, because I had cut this template and it wasn't fitting. And I'm like, well, crap, did I cut all these pieces wrong? What the heck to do there? So, just for fun, I grabbed the actual filter that I'm going to be using, and there it is, even on that side, and it's not even on this side. My template is too big. I wasted time cutting a template that doesn't work. What the hell is that? But anyway, the filter does fit. So I'm going to finish welding that and then kind of massage it into shape. And the top will be done after I fix that and add the drop ring around it so that I can sit it down where it's supposed to go, not where it is right now. But I'm tired. I'm beat for today. To produce a nice edge on the bottom of the air filter, what I did is I took a section of the wash machine that was already started to be bent straight. Then I folded this into a hem so this piece touches the back of that piece, and then I cut it to the width, and then I got it tacked all the way around, and I started with a nice straight from the factory edge, and that will be the final edge because then it'll have this rolled over feel to it when it's all said and done, so it won't be just like the sharp edge of the metal itself. So we'll give that a go. I got a different idea for the top piece, so this will only be on the bottom piece, but we'll see how it goes. After I got them all tacked together, I welded it up, and I got the top done, the bottom done, and this is kind of how it sits right at the moment. Got to clean it up a bit, but the welds are mostly done. On a non-Mustang note, she's back in the hole where she goes. That was fun. I suggest if you ever have to do anything on the engine transmission of the 2.4 liter Ecotec GM engine, take it to some place that's got a lift, because it's really designed to come straight out the bottom, work on it on the floor, and then go right back up in there. Going through the top, well, can be done. I don't recommend it. You know, would not recommend, as I say. I was making good welds. Damn it.